Hi, boys and girls. Today for Unit 5, Lesson 12, we will be reviewing the spelling alternatives for and that schwa sound. By the end of this lesson, you will read words with spelled with A and E. You will be reading words with ul, spelled with A-L, I-L, and U-L. And you will be reading words with the sound, spelled with O, O-E, and O-U. You will also be able to capitalize the first letters of holidays and geographic names. So let's get started. This first slide is review. We have all seen these charts before. Let's look at the top chart and go over the sound So in the first column, that sound is spelled with an O. The two words that they gave us, son and mother. Okay, you hear that sound wherever there's an O in those two words. Next, spelled with O and U. So that O-U are really working together. They're glued and they're making that sound. Touch, cousin. You hear where we have that O and U in both of those words. Let's go to the last column. We have that sound spelled with O and E. The two words they gave us, dove and some. You're going to want to be careful with that one. That can be really tricky. Okay, let's go on to the next chart. It looks like A is being lazy here. Does anybody know what I mean by that? That's right. There's that schwa symbol. So that A says Okay, it's being really lazy. Let's go over some of the words that they gave us. Attack, attempt, alarming, approach, and afraid. Do we hear that A being lazy in each of those words? Yes, and it usually happens in the beginning in these words. Attack, attempt. Okay, let's go on to our next column. We have that ul sound spelled with I-L, A-L, and U-L. Let's go over the words. Evil. So that ul sound is at the end of this word with that I-L. Vengeful. Metal. Again, that ul sound at the end of the word with that A-L. Helpful and nautical. Very good. Let's go on to the next slide. All right, now it's your turn to apply your knowledge. Let's read the directions and then we'll read the words in the box. Write the best word from the box to complete each sentence. So all you're doing is filling in the blank. Let's read through the words. We have about, China, around, Africa, appetite, Tennessee, love, cousin, something, and touch. Let's do number 1 together. Blank is a country in the Far East. Which word best fits in that sentence on that blank? Okay, it is China. You are going to complete the rest of this page. You can either pause this video and do it now or do it after the lesson. It's up to you. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. This is another slide of review. Capitalization, subject and predicate, noun, verb, and adjective. Let's go over capitalization first. When do we capitalize? We capitalize months of the year and holidays. Think about it. The month of April is capitalized. It has that big A. Okay, the letter I, when it stands alone, is always capitalized. My brother and I like to go to the park. I would be capitalized. Names of people and places, those are capitalized as well. Think about it. Your first name and your last name and even your middle name, those are all capitalized. McDonald's, that's a place. That's capitalized. It has that big M, the uppercase M. Okay, titles of books and movies, those are capitalized too. I bet your favorite movie is capitalized. The start of a sentence, always, always, always capitalized. Okay? Another thing that's capitalized, countries, states. Okay, the United States, capitalized. New York, capitalized. Okay, let's move on. Subject and predicate. Who remembers what subject and predicate is? A subject tells who or what the sentence is about. Predicate tells what the subject is doing or does. Okay, let's look at that sentence they gave us. The kids are eating lunch. Who's that sentence about? That's right, it's about the kids, so that is the subject of that sentence. Now, what are they doing? Are eating lunch. That's the predicate of that sentence. Remember, you can't have a complete sentence without a subject and a predicate. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. Okay, let's review noun, person, place, or thing. Verb, action word. Adjective, describe. Okay, they gave you a picture of a cupcake. They said it's delicious and it's sweet. That tells you about that cupcake. An adjective is a describing word. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and move on. I think you're ready for your activity page. The first part, you're going to write the following correctly. Okay, they gave you numbers in parentheses at the end of each line. That tells you how many times you're going to change that phrase, that sentence, that name. Okay, so the first one, number 1, we're going to do something. We're going to make 4 changes because that's the number that's in the parentheses on the end of that line. So let's go ahead and look at Dr. John Smith. What are we going to want to do? First, we're going to capitalize that D, capitalize doctor. Okay? Next, is that whole word doctor written out? Does it actually say doctor? No, it's an abbreviation. So what do we do when we have an abbreviation? That's right, you put a period. So right after DR, right after doctor, you're putting a period. Okay, next, what are you going to do? Okay, we got 2 down. We need 2 more to go to meet 4 changes. What else are we going to do? You are right. Capitalize John and capitalize Smith because that is his name. Okay, Dr. John Smith. We're done. That's it. Okay, finish the rest of those. And then the next part, write the word that means more than one. So you're going to write the plural of man. For number 6, what is the plural of man? Meaning more than one. Okay, it is men. So you are going to write men on that line. And then you're going to go on and write the plural for the rest of those words. Okay, your next page. You're circling the nouns and then drawing an arrow from the adjective to the noun. And then you're drawing a wiggly line under the verb in each sentence. So that's a lot of steps. Okay, start off with the noun. Let's look at number 11. What's the noun in that sentence? The old man walked. You're right, it is man. So you're going to circle man. That is the noun. Now, what is the adjective in that sentence? Is there something that's describing the man? Old. So you're going to draw an arrow from old to man because it goes together. Okay, what's your verb in that sentence? What's the action word? You're right, it's walked. So draw a wiggly line under walked. And you're done. Okay, do 12 through 15. And then the next part, draw 1 line under the subject and 2 lines under the predicate. Let's do 16 together. Frank and Joe ran the marathon. What's the subject? What's that sentence about? Who's it about? You're right, Frank and Joe. So one line goes under Frank and Joe. That is the subject. That's who the sentence is about. Okay, what are they doing? What's the predicate? Yes, ran the marathon. So 2 lines under ran the marathon. Okay? So once you're done with this activity page, you're done for the day for skills. Okay? That's it. Have a good day.